Hello, my name is Christian, and I've seen God. I'm being rejected uh, for seeing God by numerous different people. The church, they're rejecting that I've seen God, uh, and I mean everybody is rejecting that I've seen God. So it's just I I don't know why I've seen God. I've seen God for what is it for myself? Was I searching and I found for myself? Did something in the universe enable me to see God for the benefit of myself, the benefit of others, the benefit of one other individual, so I could reach out to, or was it a punishment that I'd be um, submitted to low places by people that don't believe? And not only that, people that do believe. The church is just, I don't know where their mentality is when you say, oh, I've seen God. I mean, I'm not worshipping or talking about somebody that I've never seen, yet the church go by faith in something that they haven't seen. So I've seen the thing that they pertain to worship, but for some reason they reject the fact that I could ever see God. Yet the Bible says nowhere does it say that nobody can see God. In fact, it says only the pure of heart can see God, and it also says that Jesus Christ is the only one to see the one true God. Now, you may have a perception on what you believe I've seen. I mean, I could have a perception on what I believe you've seen in your life. I mean, it's exactly the same. You can make up your own adjudication, like many people do. You know, there's much paranoia on the planet, and people don't actually see how much paranoia there is on the planet when they're with their spouse or whatever you, and they've gone down the shop. But in that person's head, they haven't really gone down the shop. They've gone having it away with somebody because there's a lack of trust. So, but the person that's thinking that actually starts to believe that they've done something, or they can't prove they've done something. They just start to think it, and they can't see themselves that they're actually creating stories in their own head about what the other person's doing. So, there's a little bit of paranoia for you as regards in that people are generally more paranoid than me. But I'm not paranoid to the extent that you do get feelings in that, don't you? If somebody's played away, but you don't make stories up, which is what people do. So you can surmise whatever you think about me seeing God or whatever you. But I've not only just seen God, I've found things also that are different. I believe I've found a different way of reading the Bible. Now, I'm not changing the Bible. I'm not changing people's different views. I know God exists. There's no way the Bible will prove that God didn't write it because God exists. If it does, it doesn't matter because God will be one step ahead of whatever is there. Uh, so I may be seen as a false prophet. I could be seen as a false prophet. Now, I can't be a false prophet because I'm not perceiving or talking as God would speak. I'm not trying to be the words of God. I'm not trying to speak for him. And this is my understanding of what a false prophet is. Somebody that speaks for God and believes that they're of God when they're really not. They're not speaking for God. And I understand that concept because none of us really know God, do we? We don't really know him. We just it's a very difficult place to go into, but you can only imagine that things must have come from good places. So God must be good. And looking at the world, you can't really justify God through looking at the people on the world, even though we are in his image. So in his image is different. But you may see me as a false prophet. I don't know why I'm rejected for seeing God. Um, People make their own adjudication. I mean, I know I have. I know God exists. It's not just I'm just like I mean, I'm willing to stand up against people that say God doesn't exist, and I'd go to the ends of the earth and do it. I would, because I've not only seen God, I believe I've received knowledge. Either I've found it myself, or God has given me the knowledge to use. I don't know. It could be a bit of either, bit of both, or just me. But I have seen God. I'm not a false prophet, and there has things in my life at a time made me believe, not believe I'm Jesus Christ, but there are similarities in my life if you look at them in a certain way. My mum is named Stella, and that means star. So I was born from a star. So that was just something there. You can look into that as light or as little as you want. But I've also got a birthmark on my side. I didn't know I had it until a priest. I went into the church. This is what I mean about being rejected. The priest asked me if I had a mark on my side. I didn't know. I was washing myself one day, and I thought I would have a look. You know, a thought come into my mind. The priest asked me if I had a mark, and it was either a week or 2 weeks later, or whenever it was, a few days, whatever it was. And I looked, and I had a mark. And it is my birthmark. It was there from birth. But when I went to see the priest after he asked me, he said that he didn't ask me. So, I mean, he did ask me. And when I told him I had a mark, he said no. So I think he was referring to me having a mark on my side that represented the Spear of Christ. Now, why would he ask me if I had a mark and then deny me because I've got one? So he first asked me. So he actually lied and said, I didn't ask you, when he blatantly did ask me. So, and also seeing God, it says Jesus Christ is the only one to see the one true God. So, you know, you put these things together, and you are born of a star. You could make of that as you wish, which is a similarity. In essence, it is a bit of a similarity, you've got to admit. The mark on my side, I could be reborn into this life, and the mark from my prior life or whatever with the spear, I don't know. Is there something written in the Bible that I don't know about? Is there something in the archives of the church that was the reason he asked me I got this mark? But it has an effect on you when you've actually seen God, because you become an emotional mess. You can't think properly. You're in a, it's not. It is a great thing, but when you're surrounded by such negativity, it's really difficult to be positive about something that's positive when there's so much negativity surrounding the person that you've seen. It's bizarre. So I wouldn't expect anybody to experience that, but that's something that I've experienced and experienced alone. And as for seeing God, so there are similarities. I think there's something else that's very similar. The fact that I'm rejected for seeing God or whatever, Jesus Christ was rejected as well. So I'm being rejected as was Jesus Christ. So there are similarities, but I'm not stating I'm Jesus Christ, because I'm just stating there are similarities in my life that are similar to biblical things, if you like. So just to clear that up, it's different. You know, if somebody comes across and says, oh, I'm Jesus Christ, you know, you've got to question that, haven't you? But no, I'm not. I'm just saying there's similarities in my life to Jesus Christ. And my name is Christian. I was going to be called Jason, but my mum woke up out of sleep and said, well, call him Christian. So my name is Christian, like the religion, I suppose. So it's spelt like the religion. I often think whether my mum woke up and heard Christ I am. But there you go. That's something that's just a thought. I don't know. But being rejected by religious people is mad, because they're no less crazy than I am, are they? They're no they just haven't seen what they worship and what they hope shall come one day. But yeah. But I have got some things I need to clear up about the Bible, and I'll do that in the next video.